Good morning. I love these kind of misty Temecula mornings where it's cool, where we can put our fire on in our fireplace. I love that. Love that. We are continuing in this series in the book of Philippians, and we're learning how to love like Jesus. And we talked about the Christ hymn last Sunday, and that being such a powerful example of how God actually displayed his love and how God actually interacted with us. And then that's a template for then how we interact with others. And I want to this morning focus on this idea very quickly that if you know, or when you know who you are in Christ, you can be secure and love well. When you don't know who you are in Christ, you tend to want to put it out there somewhere for people to validate you and for people to express this or that, or to say, mirror back to you what your value is. But if you know who you are in Christ, because you believe what God has said about you, and you have entered into that and begin to the whole process of surrendering to your new identity, your new self, your true self, as opposed to your false self. That false self wants to get approval from everybody else. That false self wants to people please. That false self is looking to to other people, and you're sort of like you're fishing for your value, from other people. You're fishing from it for, in social media. You're fishing for it in compliments. You're fishing for it in metrics of accomplishment. You're fishing for it in all kinds of different ways. And that actually just shows that you're not actually living into your true self in Christ. Jesus knew who he was, and so he was able to live this life of great humility, great sacrifice. He lays down his entire life. He sets aside or empties himself of his godly prerogatives, and he actually meets us where we are. He was secure in who he is and who he was. Really important for us to begin to love today well, and to love this week, to get into that game, so to speak, that it's not a game, you understand what I'm saying, but it is into that adventure of loving well. You've got to know who you are. You are valuable. You are loved. You are secure. And I think it takes sometimes a bit of a big sigh of slowing it down to reiterate back to the Lord, wait a minute, you're the one that said that I am secure. You're the one that said I'm valuable. Take a big deep breath, breathe that in, and live that out. When you're secure, you can love well.